Okay. We're ready. Let's fucking go. Oh god, now the cat's meowing. Not my problem. Not my problem. It was calling me meow, so she's probably gonna show up in a few seconds. Because she's looking for me. Speaking of the devil.
I'm here.
We can put points into survival. Oh my god. Oh my god. We can go. We can help that little kid. Oh my god. Echo horrors. Soul ignition. Oh. This is level 8. What the fuck is rough
I'm here.
Okay, all we have to do now is... No. One thing at a time. We go inside. We deal with the fucking Crucible Night bullshit. Then we come back out. We sleep so we get +1 survival. And then we talk to the kid and we teach him how to use a knife so he doesn't chop off 2 fingers.
I'm here.
That's what we gotta do. Hello, Mr. Justikar Aldemar. What business brings you to the keep? Thy mother.
How do you do?
Fairly well. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch. It does. You look like you recently arrived yourself. Who the fuck are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, I'm proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something, or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in Crucible Keep? Headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor, as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Cliver's in the back, making plans as usual. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building, along with our Master Smith. Hi, Seasoned. With our Master Smith Dunstan, there's also a shrine to the Golem, if you're the praying type. I'm not. I'm about the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. We were the first organized militia to oppose Adiran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Dunrid Row. Critter? What is this about Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in our souls' pasts. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with our ciphers? They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. The fuck? Hostility is in their nature. Good old racisms. And they've learned to hide it over the years. Can I shoot him yet? All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? You're a fucking horrible person. If people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so fucking hostile. I'm just speaking the truth. No, you're speaking your horrible, horribly wrong opinion. Nowadays, it seems that's the biggest crime of all. I can't wait to slip and fall and land on the trigger of my gun that just so happens to be pointed at his brains.
Yes?
I shall be discreet.
I'll have this open in no time. It's done.
The fuck are you even leveling up for? Okay, fine, whatever. Oh, right. Oh, okay, that's not the same as what I already gave him. Fair enough. That's weapon mastery. I think the other one was something else.
I'm here.
Keeping an eye out.
I didn't get caught, right? I did not. No.
Indeed.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
I hope I get promoted to just a car soon. I hope you don't. Tongs, hardies, hammers, fullers, and punch tools hang from the wall. They feel heavy and sturdy, but their flame-darkened surfaces testify to frequent use.
Nice and quiet.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Hey, I found this thing. Could you repair it? That's a fine blade indeed. Looks adherent. Special made. Must have been a commission for a champion of some sort. Sort of this caliber could have had a special design hilt too. It would be a shame to graft anything else onto it. And besides, it's balanced best with all the original pieces. You find the rest of it, I'll forge it for you. Something else in mind? What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Fair enough.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to the Deerwood's heroes of old. Other than Dunred Rowe, who really knows about any of that, though? Both live in a past of their own imagining. What purpose does it serve when so much depends on action now? Okay. We're all very normal, huh?
Welcome.
Hey. Tell me about the Knights of the Crucible. Primary defenders of Defiance Bay, the Order's founders were the first to rally for Deerwood independence. Of course, that's ancient history now. Now we're the most prestigious company of soldiers in the Deerwood. It's a glorious line of work. If you can forget about the barracks, that is. How does one become a knight? We don't take just anyone. Our members share soul legacies with the very bad who defended this land a century and a half ago. Anyhow, Commander Cliver is responsible for initiations, but he rarely accepts foreigners.
Hail, traveler.
Does the name Osric sound familiar? You got any self-respect you want to associate with him, or with any of his new friends at the Expedition Hall for that matter? Scamps and delinquents, the lot of them. It's the story between you two. Osric has always had some controversial opinions, but they went overlooked for the longest time because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He finally went too far. He had to gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of our officers were beginning to resemble Adir nobility. He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with forged hammers. I merely reported his statements. He says your affidavit is forgery. Just what would he know about that? It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspersions. What with his pedigree in the Knights? It's a lie, of course. This should be perfectly obvious to someone as logical as you. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. He became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. Enough about Osric. Aloth! And mother. Mother. Penhelm. I don't remember. Was there like a special thing I had to do with this guy?
I'm here.
Okay. It was fine that we talked to him. It does not affect the quest negatively. We'll be back later.
Nice and quiet.
And what does the flame...
I'll handle this. It's done.
Excuse me while I steal absolutely
I'll
everything that isn't
handle
nailed to the
this.
ground. And that's just until I find myself a pry bar.
It's done.
Then no one can stop me. Thick grime cakes the bottom of the tub. Towel hanging from the side gives off an awful stench. Well, thank you. It's not like I just ate
Easy
dinner or
now.
anything. Fuck me. Ugh.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very.
This is a record of active patrols and reported crimes in Andra's gift. The latter far outnumber the former. Oh. Penhelm's affidavit. Bitch. I'm busy here. Stealing. Excuse me.
It's done.
Some people. They just don't know when they're not fucking welcome.
Let's see what lies this way.
Yes?
Nice and quiet.
Shows a row of warriors standing atop the walls of Defiance Bay while a Deern ships sail away. We need to deal with Heritage Hill. I agree, ma'am. You do.
And what does the flame
Sounds like it's none of
reveal?
my fucking problem, though. Haha.
Easy now.
I'm not looking for a fight.
Hello? Hello?
Easy now.
Hello, ma'am. This is about the patrols. This is about patrols. My novitiates are already stretched to their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply don't have any units to spare. I'm sorry, was there something else you needed? Is something wrong at Heritage Hill? What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, fleshing corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there. And yet, this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. I'd just as soon abandon the district, but if these monsters should find a way out, I could look into it. After what I just told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let you in? Just seemed like you needed help. If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Tell me about it. Used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay, but a few months ago, the residents all went mad, started eating each other, and anything else that had the bad luck to wander into the district. I've never seen anything like it. Now every novitiate that stands guard there, every one that comes back anyway, talks of the stench of the grave and the groans of unspeakable horrors. The why and the how are questions for the animancers. I've sealed the district in hopes of containing whatever's happened there. It seems to be working, for now. If there's nothing else, I must attend to my duties. What do you do here? I'm in charge of the keep's novitiates. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. Very well.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Laying low.
This is the symbol of Abaddon, a colossal smithing hammer imposed over a circular gear. It's smooth and bright with buffing
Light,
coils.
flame, and sound.
We just don't have the manpower.
Oh, that sounds
I shall
terrible.
be quiet.
I'll handle this.
Let's see what lies this way.
I'll handle this.
Map shows the environment surrounding the Violence
Let's
Bay.
see what
Flags
lies
mark
this
strategic access points to the city. Okay. This document estimates the flow of refugees over the past 3 months. The figures grow by the week. Hello, Mr. Commander Cliver, whatever the fuck.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Viana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copperlane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory, see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Tell me about the Knights of Crucible. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Deerwood for that matter. We defended the city in Hadrit's Day. We've improved our training since then, but Dunred Row can certify that many of our officers come from good Deerwooden fighting stock. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozen and some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. What do the dozens have against you? They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they have no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Dominel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. I see. Well, thank you so much, my good sir.
So much for his talk of secrecy. Aye, I'm building Cleaver's Metal Warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
Do you disagree? I disagree with him on near about everything, and this is no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what he wants, but they aren't knights. And don't get me started on the other problem. Those souls he's bought to power the Forge Knights? Cliver keeps telling himself that they came from willing donors, but he knows better. There's a reason you have to buy souls through less than legal channels. We should be clearing those scavengers off the road, not doing business with them. Suits of armor and souls. And you need Viana's research. Okay. One second. I just want to see if I can Can I complain to him about the ethical concerns of the stupid fucking shit he's thinking of doing? Apparently no, I cannot. Horrifying soul prisons in metal. Walking about.
Of course.
It is.
Yes?
Oh, hello.
Strange place for a shrine to Abaddon, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. And the only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I knew some soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me some about it. They get these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution, about tradition. Talk about the golem like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Durwood's independence. Then they join and it turns out all those knights ever talks about is when are we gonna get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles and our land? Their High Justice wants to be an earl, says it's Abaddon's will. He's got a castle and an army. You wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Abaddon told him. They don't seem all bad. They're keeping peace. Well, it seems like some members do still take their ideals seriously. You see it with the older knights, some of them, they were taught differently. I feel for them, seeing all that slowly wearing away around them, with nothing to be done because the wrong people are in charge. Shame they don't have better people leading them.
I'm here.
Oh, you poor little thing. Okay, we've been absolutely fucking everywhere under the sun here. It's time for us to go and get shit done. First, we need to help that kid. I bought him a knife, and I'll swear to fucking God, I am getting that kid a goddamn knife. I mean, dagger. Still. I'm getting it. To him. But first, I need to teach him how to not cut off his own fingers. So let's do that.
I'm here.
Good day, stranger.
There we go. We now have +1 survival, which means we should have 4 points of survival, which means we should be able to teach the poor fucking kid how to use a fucking knife. Yo, kid. I got you that knife you wanted, and I now have the skills to teach you how to use it without harming yourself. I have the dagger right here. It's so sharp. Slowly hold out the dagger pommel first. Listen first. When you're not using it, you keep it sheatheded or it will rust. Don't show it off, or someone's going to take it away from you. Or worse, it's a weapon, not a toy. Understand? Gordy's hand trembles as he restrains himself from snatching the dagger away. He nods, holding the dagger in its sheath. I'll take good care of it. I promise. So about that secret. Yeah, I kind of already knew that. Tell me something else. Sometimes my dad goes to Andra's gift without telling my mom. Some place called the Salty Mast. There's a secret warp some investigation. Thank you for telling me, Gordy. Bye. I love him.
I'm here.
It's adorable. Anyway. Scrivener's dormitory. Right. It should be here. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? This looks like a diary belonging to someone named Viana. Latest entry bears yesterday's date. Classy arrives tomorrow. The way we parted after her last visit I didn't think she'd return. When I received the letter from Ozia, I expected the worst. The distance has been hard for her, and my focus on my research hasn't made things any easier. Tomorrow, none of that will matter. The things we said, the things I didn't say, I'll have the chance to make it up to her. I wish we had more privacy here, but for now, that old house on the north side of Andra's gift is still empty. Sure, why not?
Yes?
Do you know anything about Viana?
Well met, friend.
Not at all. And apparently he still thinks I'm a troll. God bless him.
I'm here.
Brackenbury. Okay, looks like our next stop is Brackenbury. Fair enough. Alternatively, we could do the main quest. Actually, we're gonna do the main quest right now. Because I know that the next stop of the main quest is also Brackenbury, so... Well, not necessarily, But it will be when Aloth gives me his personal quest. As soon as I finish this part of the main quest, so why not? And we'll finally get the revelation of Isilmir,
Yes?
which I have been talking about this entire time, but if this is the first time someone watching the game, they have no idea who the fuck I'm talking about.
Yes?
Brave thou
What the
Philothili.
fuck?
I shall end this.
I already killed
My
him.
mind feels sharp as steel.
Let's have it out!
I'm here.
There we go. Older robed man. In front of you looms the ghostly hollow image of the man who was present at your awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards you.
You are from Kratom, my dear?
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it, as if it has always been. Only recently.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom. What made you decide to join our order?
Hey, Dulark. What's up? Your teachings spoke to me.
The gods are just, and they care for their faithful. I think that speaks to many people. Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I am. I played Dispatch and it feels like they perfected a Telltale game model. I've
How
heard
may I
about
help?
Dispatch.
I'm here. What's this?
You think you hear the faint sound of whispering coming from the skulls, but the words are unintelligible. That's always nice. When the skulls are whispering. Fucking hell. Good sign. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of the masked lot. Take care, Watcher. This one's mind is edged. He seeks to know your purpose. Relax. How would I know to be here if I didn't belong? Alright then. Go on in and report to the Acolyte. She'll give you your assignment. They should be just about finished with their meeting in the big chamber. Know anything about this place? As far as I can tell, we're underneath First Fires, probably under the Rin Temple. Any idea what's going on around here? Word of advice, friend? Don't ask questions. Just go and do what you're told. It's improper to really even call it a game. It's more like a cartoon and a game met in the middle, but in a good way. Did you turn evil? No, but we are about to pretend like we did. We're going on a undercover mission.
Yes?
The Acolyte's crankier than usual. One of her masked friends got lost in the sewers, it seems. I don't understand all this secret handshake bullshit. A business, but it pays. Did they send you to check on that nervous kid in the library? Secret treasure chamber down here. There is. I just went there and took all of it. Heading straight for the salty mass once we're
Nice and quiet.
Not a whole lot of excitement so far, but at least it's easy coin. Right. By the deeds of my tongue and... Oh, that's not it. Now, this is my favorite dude in the entire game. The book lies on the table. Its pages filled with some kind of unintelligible cryptography. This guy is so iconic that Aloth references him and the events that are about to transpire in the second game. Humorously, which, you know, Aloth making a joke is rare enough, but yeah. So basically, here's the deal. We need to infiltrate these people, which we kind of already did because we got in, but we need to infiltrate one of their meetings. And in order to infiltrate one of their meetings, we need, you know, the hood and we need passwords and all that stuff. We don't have any of that. However, we have this guy. Sir, could you help me out?
Gods keep you.
By the flame, you startled me. A lone figure paces back and forth, tapping his fingers at his sides, muttering to himself. He jumps when he sees you, his hands on his chest. Where's your mask? Oh, that's it. I knew I left it I knew I'd left something at home. Silly me, my memory. Well, don't let anyone inside see you without it. They're keen on anonymity. Yeah, bro, tell me about it. So what are you doing here? I've been practicing the passphrases. I know them backwards and forwards, but I get so nervous every time I think about repeating them to the acolyte. Wow, you should practice them with me. Okay, here it goes. First question. State your name and purpose. Answer. My name belongs to the gods and my hand to their service. Second question. What company do you seek? Answer. I seek the company of shadows that our labors may remain secret. Third question. Tell me of your labors. Answer. To see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried. Fourth question. How do we know your purpose? Answer. You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hands, and the oath of my soul. Wow. Thanks. Riddles upon riddles. What bones the gods have buried. It's very dramatic, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. Please continue. Fifth question. And how is your oath guarded? It is sealed by the Leaden Key. That wasn't so hard. Wow. Sounds like you've got it. I do, I think. I'm just going to practice a few more times by myself before my meeting. Okay, buddy. You need something else? I'll be ready for the initiates meeting soon. Honest. Tell me about that meeting. This must be your first time. The acolyte communicates with each of us individually to hear of our progress on old tasks and to assign us new ones. It's a unique process. She's a cipher, so she can speak to you without words. Fascinating, until you realize she can probably read your thoughts just as easily. Oh, really? That's fascinating. So, what do you know about these tasks? Only what I absolutely need to. We protect the secrets of the gods, so discretion is essential. He waves a hand between the two of you. We receive our instructions from the acolyte, just as she receives hers from someone else, and so on, right up to the Grand Master. Our role is to obey, knowing as little about the overall plan in each other as possible. How can you be confident you're doing the right thing when you know so little? That's easy. The Leaden Key has been around for ages. By the blessing of the gods, you only have to look around to see the perils of trying to usurp divine power. Killing a god in the Saints' War has cursed us all, and the heresy of animancy has only worsened matters. Trying to replace a soul, and you inevitably end up with a monster. It's all been a warning. There are some powers we just shouldn't have. Really? Tell me more about these secrets. You shouldn't even be asking. Whatever they are, they're secrets for a reason. Our job is to guard them, not to know them. We've been entrusted with important work. It's an honor, but not without its challenges. Okay, goodbye. Okay, now one more time so I can finish my notes. So, remember how you were making flesh puppets the previous streams? My Pathfinder game, the witch literally made a flesh puppet as per the spell with the exact same name yesterday. GM didn't even know he had that spell. Jesus fucking Christ. Why are you so nervous? I've never seen the Acolyte's face, but I can't stop wondering what she looks like under that robe. And when she peers into my mind, I'm afraid she'll catch me thinking about it. Also, if I get the passphrases wrong, she'll kill me where I stand. Ah, didn't look beneath the robe, I say. Fail her test, but succeed in the more important one. Once you have nothing to hide, a cipher's got no power over you. You should just stop thinking about it. I know, but the more I tell myself to stop thinking about it, the more I think about it. Never mind. So, I believe, one second, that if you get to this point in the game, and you do not have a Wodica hood, which I happen to have, how was it that I could remove it? Is it like this? Aw, fuck. Really? But basically the point is that if you get to this point in the game and you don't have a Wodica hood, you can ask him for one. And you can just say, I left mine at home. And he's just so helpful. He's such a sweet little helpful guy. And so he gets you one. How nice of him. He tells you all the passphrases. He tells you all the secrets. He tells you everything you need to know. And he even gives you an extra hoodie in case you don't have yours. Isn't he wonderful and helpful? I think he is. Oh. Did I just... Yeah. Oh, it was shift. Interesting. But I can't seem to remove it entirely. Hello, people without buffering. Hi, Terrell. This isn't like the BBAJ Trickster God playing you for a fiddle to put an end to the cult, because it feels that way. No! Not in this case, no. This guy is just that fucking adorable. And if you do all of this and then you get to the second game, Aloth will make a reference to this at one point. Something along the lines of, wouldn't it be nice if we had a random dude now that just happened to have an extra hood? Something like that. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, man. The fuck is DL?
I'll handle this.
Wait. Can I just... Yes! Okay. One second. Can I do it? Hey! Buddy. Pal. Bestie. Could I borrow your hood? Of course not. The Acolyte will kill me for sure if I approach her without it. I promise I'll bring it back. I guess there's no harm. Just don't tell anyone I gave it to you. Don't you worry, buddy. I won't. Aloth leans towards you and mutters between clenched teeth. You can't be serious. Oh, man. Even Aloth is like, there's no fucking way you're this lucky, bitch. There's no fucking way this guy's this retarded, bitch. What the fuck? The best part is Aloth is part of the Leaden Key. He is one of them. Obviously, you're not supposed to know that yet. So you know, inside of his head, he's like, there's no fuck. I'm working with these motherfuckers. He is. Aloth in this moment lost all semblance of imposter syndrome. If at any moment he felt like he wasn't good enough to be in the Leaden Key, this was the moment that he realized he was leagues ahead of everyone else. Aloth. Never change.
Hmm?
I'm actually gonna, where is it? Because I have my, hoodies hidden right now. Headpiece hidden. Hide helmet. How do I unhide it real quick? There we go. What happens if you're a godlike? This is one of only 3 scripted events in the entire game where you are allowed to use a helmet as a godlike. I think it's 3. Yes, I think it's 3. One of them is here. You're allowed to put on the Wodika hood. The other one is at the end of the White March DLC Part 2. You are allowed to put on the breathing helmet, the respirator thing. Diving helmet. And there's a third one somewhere. I just cannot remember it. I think there's a third one. Maybe I'm just wrong. There we go. So for a little bit, you guys will be able to see me wearing the actual hood. Because I feel like this calls for it, you know? Now it feels really weird to see everyone else with their hoods. That's fucking weird.
I'm here.
You need something else? I'll be ready for the initiates meeting soon. Honest. Thank you so much, buddy. You know what? After I'm done, after we're done with the meeting, I will come back and I'll give him back his hoodie if I can. I hope the game lets me give him back his hoodie because I feel bad. What if I can't give it back to him? He'll be killed. And he's so sweet. I don't want him to be killed.
Let's see what lies this way.
Let's see what we've found.
I shall be discreet.
Oh, you're the one the Acolyte's waiting on. She's in a peak now. I don't understand all this secret. Heading straight for the salty mess once we're done here. Right, buddy. Modic is known to be super forgiving. I know, right? That is what she's known for. Goddess of forgiveness and revenge. Oh, here we go. Things are about to get interesting. Aloth. Aloth falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering.
Back, ye Claude! Those hooded fiends are nigh to be trusted!
Aloth, hey, now's not the best time for that. He grimaces, catching his breath. It's nothing. I'm fine. He coughs again. This probably isn't the best place to linger anyhow. Silmira is, very based sometimes.
Hmm?
We're getting close. You hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is already underway. Continue into the chamber, alone. You open the door and stride into the chamber. Shrouded woman. Several shrouded figures are lined up across from a hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and the woman places her outstretched hand on the stranger's forehead. They stand in silent communion as you look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle around the statue. The woman turns toward you. You are late. You are late, attendant. Shut the fuck up, bitch. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he's needed. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage in her dangerously low voice and in the sudden silence of the others in the chamber.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now, state your name and purpose.
My name belongs to the gods and my hand to their service.
What company do you seek?
I seek the company of shadows that our labors may remain secret.
Tell me of your labors.
To see that the craft of Kith and Wilder does not disturb what bones the gods have buried.
How do we know your purpose?
You shall know it by the confession of my tongue, the deeds of my hand, and the oath on my soul.
And how is your oath guarded?
It is sealed by the Leaden Key.
Welcome, attendant. Tell me of your exploits.
In your mind, you see a building, magnificent, with trellises and tiles, and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin.
Does he wait still? Did they arrive?
Yet it also houses misery and madness. Somewhere within its rotten core sits a man, his hair matted but his eyes alert. He watches and waits, a prisoner by choice. The Acolyte's question echoes in your mind. Does he wait still? Yes. The Acolyte's vision takes you out of Defiance Bay into a town in the wilderness with a watermill. A signpost on one of the paths reads Dirford. Several figures huddled together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly looms in your mind. 2 skeletal effigies flank a cleft in a mountainside. Did they arrive? Yes.
Your information shall be relayed. Now, for your next task.
The ruins fade from your mind, and in their place is a palimpsest of a neighborhood. Run-down estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets, and in the tower, a man hunches over a strange mechanism. You can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him.
Stop him. And above all, don't let him meet her.
You see a woman, deathly pale, with a scar over her heart. The Acolyte shows you a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper, but then she shows you the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and you understand how the copper veins convert a command into action. The command comes to your mind, a surprising familiarity about it. You know how to open the door. I shall. Have you any questions, attendant? What is this place? This is what remains of the Temple of Wodica. The fires of revolution destroyed everything above us and left the remains abandoned, perfect for our purpose. Who are you? I am the Acolyte. That is all you need to know. Remind me of the men in the tower. Could I see the vision of the ruins again? Show me the prisoner. Farewell. Okay. 1 second, okay, guys? Just relax. Relax. 1 second. I'm just gonna go return the fucking hoodie to that boy. Hey, boy. Do you need this? Do you need this back? I feel like you need this back. Hey. Here's your hood back. Oh, thank you. He pulls it over his head. I'm still not ready, though. Please don't wait on me. Don't you worry, buddy. Am I frame dropping? No, I don't think so. Had a short drop in quality. No? Dropped frames 0%. Nope. OBS is not catching up on anything. It could be you. It could also be Twitch itself. If it's a Twitch server, then it wouldn't show up for me, but it would show up for you. Well, depends, but yeah. Could be you, could be Twitch.
And what does the flame reveal?
Devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away among the runnels of wax. Whether by design or by consequence of the sputtering candlelight, the hooded statue's face is almost impossible to see. Well, here we go. You guys really just gonna let me walk away? I feel compelled to kill them. I'm gonna kill them. They're Leaden Key. Fuck them.
I'm here.
Charge!
Waved al filathilim.
No!
How may I help?
Following your lead.
Let's What?
I'm here.
Ulu Arthur.
He
Worthen.
sounds like a locksmith who also sells ammo. Potentially.
You're not getting through me.
I've got to get free.
The puppy! Not the puppy! Careful, puppy. Don't get in the way.
Shed no.
I'm here.
You okay, buddy?
How may I help? Brith uligna.
Well, there certainly will be enough bullets to gather once we're done with them. That is true. My Labrador is just fucking running circles around the enemies. That is adorable.
Onward!
Mo. Ixix. Hunt.
Ixi. Anna! I've got to get free.
Lavaru. Beyond. Seek.
Right. Sure, buddy.
Lavaru beyond sea.
Following your lead.
Horticoa.
Shed no.
Oh! Holy shit, Durance! Is that the first time you flew? No. That would be when the bomb went off. That's the second time you flew, buddy. How you feeling?
I shall
I bet it was exciting.
most
Lavaru.
Attend to the priest!
Durance is dead again.
I'm here.
Right, I'm still
Hey.
stuck. I forgot about that. It's the ground, bitch.
Yes. Brith uligna.
Ooh. Nice.
Mo. Ixix. Hana.
I shall enter.
Following your lead.
There we go. Finally. Now you go and help.
Hey.
Yes, exactly.
Ah,
See, we're all on the same side. The fuck? That one just ignited it. Did he just self-immolate? He cast fireball on himself. I think he just self-immolate. Okay, buddy. Well, you know, who might have judged and all that?
I shall.
Right. That was very normal.
Yes?
Is it my turn yet, or...? There we go.
Brith Uligna!
Yes?
Attack! Your thoughts must flow. I wish you no harm.
Hey.
Varathis! Following your lead. Let's end this!
I?
Sir? Can I... Sir? Sir, are you okay, sir? Sir, are you okay?
I'm
okay,
here.
buddy.
Hey. Of course.
Cool.
I'm here.
That was pretty neat. Right. Oh, Jesus almighty. Oh, damn. That's a cool looking ass fucking scepter. Right. Huh. What's that? Stiletto. Doesn't matter. Pointless. It's for rangers. Doesn't matter. Thank God I remembered the shortcut for doing this. Yeah, that's pretty fucking OP. Goddamn. It looks so cool on her. That reminds me. There we go. There we go. We can't see her helmet anymore. Thank fuck. she looks great. I approve. No, I'm gonna have to keep it because it has the intellect +2. There we go. Nice. Everyone looks fucking great.
Yes?
I assume now if I walk backwards that the other ones will be hostile to me.
Keeping an eye out.
Yep. Okay. Moving back. No need to wipe the entire thing. The other ones are not... They don't know anything, but these ones were knowledgeable. These ones were a problem. The other ones are just pawns. There's no point in killing them.
Yes?
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself.
Okay. Which of your several secrets is it that you're gonna tell me?
About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
So tell me now. He clasps his hands together, slowly massaging a knuckle over his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolve the matter of your soul, we would also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
He's worried about me. I want to hug him. Oh, this might be a good time to remind absolutely everyone that if I recall correctly, the age of Aloth as of Pillars of Eternity 1 is 62 years old? No, he is not an old man. He is an elf. He is the equivalent of someone in their mid-20s, if I recall correctly, by human standards. But it is very funny to occasionally remind people that he is 62 years old. Also, on top of that, when he says, when he says, I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago, he means it. He learned to keep her a secret about 50 years ago. He's been putting up with Isilmir's bullshit for 50 years. He might be young by human standards, but 50 years are still 50 years. Holy shit. Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen.
He winces, his expression rippling between control and chaos.
Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spill speak.
Hi, Isilmir. He grimaces, running his hand through his hair. I have none of her memories. Baraf spared me that much. But her coarse manners and intolerable hillspeak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, when the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation, she just acts. She seems reckless. That's it, exactly. You recall the way she goaded those villagers in Gilded Vale. She doesn't think, and she doesn't back down. And trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He pursues his lips into a thin, crooked line. He lowers his voice, clasps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it's helpful to you, we'll go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
His shoulders loosen by the slightest fraction. Let's talk about something else. How may I be of service? I'd like to know more about Isilmir. Such as, he raises an eyebrow, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man. He expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Isilmir manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. Oh, you remember. Fun fact. Remember that little kid from earlier that I insisted on giving a knife to and teaching him how to use it? There was an option to be aggressive towards that kid to get that secret out of the kid without paying him with a knife, right? If you are aggressive towards the kid and you like throw him on the ground or whatever, Aloth reacts, and he reacts very much upsettingly. Like, he is extremely fucking upset at you. Obvious reasons. You said you'd learned to hide her a long time ago? My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Isilmir proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Mirwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Could I talk directly to her? Oh god, I'm gonna click this because I want to, you know, run through the entire dialogue, but I would never fucking ask him that. Holy fuck. He gives you a taut frown. Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Let's discuss something else. Indeed. That is all. I just want to hug him. I just want to fucking hug him.
How may I help?
Oh, Any thoughts on what I should do next? For you, I'd want to know what they're after. I expect the leads from the Acolyte should be prove more useful. Prove most helpful. Okay, yeah. He's literally just telling us to do the main quests. Unfortunately for him, this is the part where I stop main questing. I just wanted to do this part of the main quest so we got access to his personal quest.
I'm here.
Which we just did. I will be right back though. I'll go grab some water for myself. And we're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. We are back. There we go. Sorry. I just realized we've unlocked a DLC. Do I feel like doing the DLC? I might. I'll think about it. I shouldn't ask myself that question when I've been awake for almost 24 hours. Yeah. I don't have patience for anything, never mind starting a DLC right now. Right. Yeah, those are all great main quests. Don't care. Side quests it is. Mm-hmm. And this is why I wanted to go here first and then Brackenbury. That reminds me. Does the ghost want to talk? Looks like I'm gonna have to go back to the keep again, for fuck's sake. I have to go defend the keep from the attack.
Better indeed.
What's next? Look at that. We're doing so well. I better message from the Ducal Palace. I'm sure this is gonna be good. Pardon the intrusion, milady. Chancellor Warren urgently requests that you meet him at the Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. Is it a backhead new again? I don't know. My apologies, milady. I'm merely a messenger. You notice a bead of sweat trickle from the messenger's brow. Remind me who Chancellor Warren is? He's the legal arbiter for Earl Bademar, Lord of the Grasp. I believe you've made his acquaintance at the Ducal Palace. Why isn't the Chancellor meeting me at the palace? Perhaps the Chancellor is meeting you within an official capacity. It happens from time to time. Shows the ground of avoiding eye contact. I'll meet with the Chancellor when I can. Right, buddy. This ain't looking good.
Hail and well met.
I should sell him a fuckload of shit. Yeah, I should. Ooh. I have like 50 VOD cahoots. Let's fucking go. Okay. That's good. Mm-hmm. Nothing here I feel like selling. Yep, all good. And now we have to go and fight. But first, we should rest.
How may I help?
He actually killed someone of mine. Just for that, you're all getting pulveriored.
Worth and Roth!
Yeah, that's what you get.
What? Arthek Worthen Roth.
Following your lead. I have them!
Nice. Get to the wedding.
Got you! I have them!
Lavaru beyond seek!
I shall end this.
That was beautiful.
That's it!
Following your lead. Let's end this!
Hey,
Hey.
What? Arthek Worthen Roth.
Attack!
That's it! Lavaru beyond seek!
That worked. Wasn't perfect, but it worked. We did lose a few people, unfortunately.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Yeah, we lost 3 motherfuckers.
I'm here.
I'm gonna go do Aloth's quest, and then maybe we do one more, one final thingy of the endless paths, so that we can do Kana's quest. In general, we have a lot of shit to do in Brackenbury, so we're probably just gonna do a bunch of stuff there. Nice. This is not yet done.
Hmm?
Oh, Jesus. Apologies. Uh-oh. You asked me for one, and I said no. Not until you're older and more responsible. Do you remember this conversation? Yes, sir. And yet, I find you out here, playing with a blade that clearly belongs to the knights. Do you see the problem? I didn't steal it. Honest. I traded a secret for it. Ask her. Is what my son says true? He wants to be a Crucible Knight. I thought it was a good way to get him started in an honorable profession. Well, I still don't approve of my boy having a weapon, but I'm glad he's no thief. You can keep the blade, but I'll be holding on to it until you're a squire with the knights. Come along, Gordy. I won't have you loitering out here all day. Here we go. Brackenbury. Very interesting place.
I'm here.
It was an interesting show. That's all I can really say. Come on, you can tell me more. Just one thing, please. Sorry, I promised Gatherman. Let's not talk about this here, alright? Excuse me. Sharp Barrel is the finest inn in the city if you're looking for lodging. Mint Manor, Sharp Barrel, House Domino, Sanitarium, Andra's Gift. There's a sanitarium, that's where we're going later. And Hadred House, I also need to go there. Good lord. There's the other entrance. Shard Barrel. heartless bitch. Oh boy. This is gonna go well. Who's the heartless bitch? The young elf is dressed in gaudy robes that he seems ready to cast off. He picks out a heavily brocaded sleeve and continually adjusts the gold chain around his neck. He looks up at you. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without that medallion. I told Cyril I wouldn't let her sell it. If that's what you were here about, then save yourself the trouble. I'm not after you, but maybe I can help? That's a relief, but I don't see how. Cyril's a courtesan over at the Salty Mast in Andra's Gift. We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense, fill him up with liquor, send him our way. They have a good time, Cyril takes her fee, and a little extra. 100 coppers here, a trinket there. It's a bounty for us, and these lords and ladies never notice anything goes missing. That's dishonest. It's surviving. If those nobles have more wealth than they can hang on to, why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty until a week ago. She takes a necklace off of some noble. It's an Engwithan medallion, damn near priceless. That relic is sacred to my clan. She won't part with it for any sum I could afford. And even if I wanted to, I can't go home without it. You're both a couple of cheats and you finally get what you deserve. Good riddance. Tell me more about it. What makes this medallion important? I grew up in Eir Glanfath with the Shattering Spear clan. We Glanfathans have protected Engwithan ruins for thousands of years. It's the one duty the gods ask of us in exchange for the freedom to live as we please. The treasure hunters looted the ruins in our territory. We left the wilds we dwelled in for generations. Most of my clanmates scattered to towns around the Deerwood and probably live on crusts of bread. Looks at his embroidered robes with disgust. Restoring this medallion to the ruins would earn us the gods' forgiveness. The Shattering Spear could go home. This is all rather fascinating. A single medallion to earn the gods' favor and so return home. It rather reminds me of a story I heard somewhere. Really. Yeah, I think he's bullshitting. Tell me about Cyril. Courtesan at the Salty Mast. She wasn't born too much, but she's done what she has in order to escape it. She's a good friend. Without her, I'd probably be living hand to mouth like the rest of the Shattering Spear. But this isn't about her or me. It's about the 40 people in my clan and the way of life we've held to for generations. You seem like you've done well enough for yourself. It was this or scrape by in the gutters like the rest of my clan. But I'd give it all for the medallion. I offer to. But it's worth more than anything I've got, and Cyril knows it. I still don't understand why you can't take your money and return to Eir Glanfath. Of course I could, but I'm not talking about logic and practicality. Community isn't a place. It's a connection to history and meaning. Like an anchor. Defending the ruins for the gods gave us a purpose. Without that, we're adrift. Does this make any sense to you? Sure. Then you know what it's like. How to care for something you can't explain. I'll see to it. I find her at the Salty Mast. The only way anyone sees her these days is by paying, so you'll have to go through Maya. But whatever you do, please don't hurt her. I'll look into it.
Yes?
Good day to you.
I shall.
One, two, 1, 2. The scripts and props belong to the production of The Most Unfortunate Tale of Favia and Bernat.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Osdomanel has a dark reputation, but they're perfectly good neighbors. Is that so? Lady Domina, what brings you to Brackenbury? Look around the room. Realize that the charred barrel's gone quiet, and turn to see the last of the patrons quickly disappearing through the front door. A moment later, a group of armed men and women stride into the tavern. Oh dear. Yeah, I figured. The woman leading the group lowers her cowl with one hand while keeping the other on a pistol tucked into her belt. You immediately recognize Gathbin's captain. Now that the sheep have been herded from their pen, you and I can conduct our business, unfortunate as it may be. I remember you. And I you? I'll admit, you seem quite interesting. Alas, duty calls. Interesting? What do you want? Oh, I think you know. Lord Gathbin has ordered your death. A shame, really. I admire your exploits, even if only half of them are true. Sadly, I have my orders. Gathbin will lose. You should work for me. The man is swine, albeit noble. Wealthy swine. Were I to do it again, I doubt I'd have taken him with him. What's done is done, and Lord Gathbin is as ruthless as he is arrogant. He'll go to great lengths to avenge a betrayal. What could you offer me to make me consider such a risk? I'm pretty sure the benevolent option does not work. I think I just have to pay her, but 1 second. Oh no, benevolent does work as long as I have enough points in benevolence, which I don't know if I do. We're about to find out. A better life working for an honorable lady? I've heard such stories about you. They can't all be true, can they? Tales of your charity, your kindness, but I also see strength in you. It is that enough to best Lord Gathbin. That gamble's too rich for my blood. Still, I think I can tell Gathbin that you didn't take the bait and never showed up here. No need for anyone to die today, hey? She looks at her troops. They nod in agreement. Know this. The day will soon come when you must face Gathbin. I've lived this long by knowing which side to be on. Prove yourself on the battlefield and who knows? Until we meet again, Domina. I'm glad we have an understanding, Emery. Well, that wasn't expected. What, the part where she attacked us or the part where I talked our way out of it? Because the first one is pretty expectable. The second one, well, I understand why you wouldn't expect it. What haven't you told me? Earl Baedmar decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathbin's activities. Gathbin has been hiring a lot of men recently. For what purpose, we couldn't say. I'd advise you to take extra precautions at Cadnua. He may be attempting to place spies or saboteurs within your walls. Be wary. I don't think you've seen Lord Gathbin's endgame yet. Oh, I'm well aware he's gonna attack me. Don't you worry.
Yes?
Anyway. Have I know this name. Begging your pardon. Oh, it's you! It's good to see you well. We had a few rough days here, but then we found this place. And you were kind enough to hire us both. Oh, it's you! You killed the dwarf dude in Gilded Vale. With your girlfriend. Things have been wonderful. I can't tell you how much we've appreciated what you've done. Where's your girlfriend? There she is, Ingrid. It's hard work, but good wages. Can't complain. Well, I'm glad you guys found your way here.
Good day, stranger.
Well met. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Is this your place? It's my retirement. It used to be a warehouse. Every time I see the word warehouse, for some reason, my brain reads it as whorehouse first and then corrects it. It used to be a warehouse back when Brackenbury saw more ship traffic, but it fell out of use when the area became more residential, mostly residential. I inherited it from some great uncle who'd never had any luck pawning it off on my cousins. Now it's the most popular spot in Brackenbury. The nobles come to unwind, and kith from other districts come to mingle. We get a few rough types too, but they behave in here. Besides, their coin's as good as anyone else's. Who are you? I was a cartographer for the Duke for decades. Crossed the White March half a dozen times and mapped most of the ruins of Thane Bog. A good career, but one suited to younger men. When I came back to Defiance Bay for good, Cliver and a few other friends in the Knights helped me get the rights to refurbish this place. There's strong ale, quality entertainment, and a fresh sea breeze. What more could a man want? Show me your menu. You got some good shit, alright. Don't have any of these. I'll buy a few. Thank you, sir.
Good day, stranger.
Let me see your rooms. Perception and stealth, intellect and will.
Hail, traveler.
Of course.
Margaren's fire casts
Please
light
don't track dirt
in
into my
dark
kitchen.
places.
The patrons here are particular. What's downstairs? Something horribly illegal? Of course it is. Just having a little chat with my associates. Sure, why not?
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Flasks of the infamous soul burn of the Deadfire Archipelago are nestled. Next, to crystal clear Nosataki and Glenfellan spirits. Pale, yellow, and deep amber whiskies from the Deerwood and the Living Lands rest side by side. Living elves with those fancy tops upstairs, usually pretty quiet down here. That's what the boss likes about it. Even with Dunred Row, down the street, people don't ask too many questions here. Skarion has an excellent Valiant Red in the rack over there.
Keeping an eye out.
Is that so? Good for him. My dude, you were aware that there's like 4 bandits downstairs, right? Like, you know that, right? This is a thing you are aware of, right?
Hail and well met.
Maybe not. Fuck me, whatever. I'm sure it's not a problem.
Keeping an eye out.
Nice to see you. The sooner the Lord Raymond commits his crazy daughter to the sanitarium, the better. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Captain takes her shore leave with the rest of us. I love seeing the looks on those nobles' faces when we show up. Nothing like good port while at port. We don't know each other, stranger. Best we keep it that way. What brings you here? What it looks like. Good wine and a little peace and quiet. And Skarion doesn't ask too many questions. You don't seem like a local. I'm a sailor. And a liberator of certain goods. And being the nice thing about the snobs here is that they're usually too polite to ask more. I'll be going. You have fun, ma'am. White March.
Laying low.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Let's see what lies this way.
I'll have this open in no time.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay, we're done here. Which means we're done with this whole house. In whatever. The quest that dude gave me is an Andra's gift, so we're not gonna do it yet. Because that's the last location I'm gonna go to. I mean, other than Heritage Hill, that's the last one. Oops.
I'm here.
Despite what you usually may have heard of, what you may have heard of, nothing unusual goes on at the sanitarium. Is that so?
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Keeping an eye out.
The marble is cool and perfectly smooth. Droplets of crystal clear water bead the statues.
What?
The better part of valor.
Let's see what lies.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen.
I shall be quiet as a calm
This
sea.
procedure, her soul will be
Which is
returned
not
intact.
very quiet.
More or less? Is that how you plan on presenting your idea to Ethelmar? Huh? Why? Not good? No. No, it is not good. You can't just say
I'm here.
her soul will be returned intact, more or less, and think that that's an
I'm
acceptable sentence to come out of your fucking mouth. This is why I hate animancers. These charming windows are reinforced with iron bars and a double thickness glass.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea.
Where's there?
Which is not very quiet.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Good day, stranger.
A woman stands in the shade of the garden, muttering to herself. She's fixated on the pages of a large and well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. She only looks up when your shadow crosses her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. What are you busy with? Studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and out of them at death, but we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. What do you mean about making them stick? Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole spate of soul-related ailments, including the Howlborn. But if we understood how to reattach souls, we could end Wide One's legacy, maybe even conquer death. That's the theory anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have all the research I need to put it into practice. What exactly do you need? There's a manuscript called the Theorems of Pangram. Pangram. It contains research from Pangram's experiments on detached souls. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rumored to have a copy in the other archives. Pangram's work is considered to be one of the more daring animancy texts, not something generally circulated among novices, nor easy to get a hold of. I wonder if we might have a peek at it. The theorems could advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Grimda, the High Archivist, worships WoW, which means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. And since she's not exactly a proponent of animancy, she tends to restrict the kinds of information that would be useful to me. Sorry to hear that. Look at me spilling my troubles. It's kind of you to listen, but I should really get back to my work. Anything else? Tell me about yourself. What's researching matters relative to Wide One's legacy? What's like Wide One's legacy? First to the rise in Hollowborn children in the Deerwood in recent years. Some have also connected it to so-called bioacs that blow through Airglanfath. There's hardly any reliable data on those, though, so I can't really comment. I don't much care for the term Wide One's legacy. It reeks of superstition, but it's too prevalent to change at this point. Personally, I like to see people take a more methodical approach to these matters rather than throwing up their hands and blaming the gods. Don't think their woodens would see much fun in that. I have some questions about the theorems. Tell me about the theorems of Pangram. Pangram was an animancer working in the Deerwood. He had some interesting theories about essence and some rather innovative techniques for studying it. He was able to reattach souls to bodies after death, although he wasn't able to prevent his patients from degenerating. He was controversial, to say the least, but many are starting to realize he was merely ahead of his time. What do you mean degenerating? Well, there seems to be a tiny problem with reattaching souls after death. The bodies will reanimate and may even retain memories and personality, but they develop hunger for flesh. Living, soul-infused flesh. Without it, they start to devolve, decaying mentally and physically. If the process goes too far, which it eventually does, they become mindless corpses, attacking anything that moves. We haven't figured out a way to avoid that. That is more than an inconvenient side effect. You've reproduced an unnatural curse with little to show for it. That sounds like necromancy. Nonsense. Necromancy is magic. This is science. I'm not gonna start again. I'm not gonna start again. It's not science. It's not science. Why does Grimda lend you the books you need? Not lend you the books you need. Protective of its books, especially the rarer ones. She hates animancy, thinks it's dangerous. She's right. I don't see how you can run the greatest library in Deerwood and be so adverse to the spread of knowledge. She is a follower of Wal, who is, by nature, adverse to the spread of knowledge. And I've never understood these religious types. You and me both, honey. Some knowledge is best kept under lock and key. Aloth? Aloth? That was a little too on the nose, buddy. I'd like to know about the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. You find it in the Copperlane District. It's dedicated to God of Secrets and Revelations. Most importantly, it houses the largest, most expansive library in the Deerwood. Well, that settles it. We must simply go see it, right? We've already been there, Kana. You have no memory. Elder Archives. Been there.
Well met, friend.
You'll never believe what I found. You, Lady of Lament, you really found it. I can't believe it. It really exists. Thank you so much. This will be invaluable. Glad this will be useful to you. I don't suppose you could spare a little more. Is that all? I was glad to help. Guess I was glad to help.
Well met, friend.
I want to ask the, is that all? And see what else she says. See if she goes deeper into it.
Greetings.
Ah, of course. It may not look like much, but I've always been able to use this ring to generate a little extra money when I was... Oh. That's not what I meant, sweetheart. That's not what I meant when I said, is that all?
Hail and well met.
Does she have another quest? Is that what I'm remembering? Because I remember this being different. I am not comfortable giving her this information. I don't like Wal, and I don't like Wal's priests. But I also don't like animancers and animancy.
Well met, friend.
Bring back the
Of
feisty
course.
one. There's a woman can do some damage squeezing her legs together.
It isn't a parlor trick. Besides, she doesn't take orders well.
She has backbone, that woman. Does it scare you?
No, but I won't be responsible for what happens if you call her whore.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that would not end well for Durance. Not even a little bit. I'm just gonna rat this bitch out to the Wal lady. I don't feel like pissing off the gods just yet. We're at the beginning of the game. Well, the beginning of our journey. We have a whole extra game later. I do not want to piss off Wal. More importantly, I don't want to help an animancer by giving her incredibly dangerous texts.
Hmm?
Hail and well met.
An animancer named Nedden asked me to retrieve the theorems of Pangram from the Elder Archives. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes. And see that this Nedden never sets foot in here again. In the meantime, here, a token of our appreciation. Is this what we wanted? To see her barred entirely? Seems a fearsome price to pay. Knowledge dangled just out of reach makes a tempting price for any soul. What else do you need? Nothing at all, man. Nothing at all. I still have the fucking item, lol.
Gods keep you. Hail, traveler.
There we go.
Come now, it'll be fun.
No.
Even just a single...
I'm not calling Isilmir out just so you can learn he'll speak. I'll write down a few words.
Yes?
Now that he revealed to me about Isilmir, everyone else knows about her and they won't shut the fuck up about it. Poor guy. Oh.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Lynette. Hello. Father never reads to me. He's always busy with his own books.
The better part of valor.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Oh, there it is. Really made me want to replay Pillars now. Either Aloth and Durance and the rogue marching through the countryside sounds fun as fuck. I know, right? It really does.
I'm here.
Let's see what lies this way.
It's done.
Dear clothing. Ah. I have to steal this.
Hmm?
I have never wanted to steal anything more than this. Fuck. Sir, you can't see me, right? Right? Fuck. We were caught stealing. It's okay. I just want to try it out. I just want to try it out. It's okay. It doesn't have the sash. No. Oh, that looks cooler. Oh. Still doesn't quite have the sash. Oh, you can kind of see there's like an attempt In the second game, it's a lot more obvious. The infamous sash. And in Avowed, it's in full ass fucking 3D. And beautiful high res.
Jesus Christ. I'm here. I shall.
Huh? Accidentally. All tapped. Leisure list quantities of wheat, copper, wool, blah 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 blah.
Gods keep you.
If you have business to discuss, make an appointment with the attendant. I don't have time for unexpected visitors. Tell me about yourself. I'm lord of this house and not prone to idle chatter. If you've no business here, I suggest you be off.
Gods keep you.
I've uncovered a plot to rob you. Is that so? Let me see that. You've done this house and this city a great service. I'm certain you will consider this an adequate reward for your labor. The letter was signed AD. Does that mean anything to you? I suspect it means Dominel, the sign of House Dominel. Pampered, pandered lad, if there ever was one. He's ruthless, I'll give him that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the wits to match his appetites. That jewel's worth a lot more than 2,000. Indeed, my notice of a plot does not carry quite the same value. Still, far be it from me to sour a fruitful relationship. Now I trust that will be all. Thank you. What's so important about this gem? Heart of White March is a nearly flawless diamond. It's also the patrimony of the dwarves of the White March. It was seized by an Adiran lord in the early days of colonization. The dwarves haven't forgotten it. Now the knights and the dozens are both biting for it to make peace offering to the dwarves. Which party buys it? The dwarves will make useful allies for Defiance Bay. Especially these days. Tell me about House Dominel. They were once an eminent and admired house. Now they're just a den of thieves. Back in the Deerwoods colonial days, the Dominels were respected members of the ducal court, which is why it was so surprising that they remained loyal to Adir during Hadrat's rebellion. When Hadrat and Deerwood won independence, the Dominels lost their favor, but not their wealth. Rather than return to Adir, like other loyalist houses, they dug their heels in here and turned from politics to commerce. In one way of looking at it, they simply partnered with the wrong side, not that they haven't prospered since, in their own way. Lately, they've been seeking to carve out a new niche for themselves, one right between the Crucible Knights and the Dozens, it seems. What will you do now? Eliminate the competition. Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
I'll see what I can find.
Skulls for the Skull God, I assume?
I'm here.
Begging your pardon, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to return downstairs. Visitors aren't permitted on the upper floor. Bitch slap her! She collapses without a sound. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I just...
Brave Dalfilath, you leave.
I'm so sorry, ma'am.
I shall end this.
Oh, this is about to get really
How
out
may
of
I
hand.
help?
Let's have it out! There's a lesson to be taught.
Yes?
All I did was bitch slap a bitch. How did it turn to this?
Brave Dalfila.
Shed no blood.
Yes?
Let's have it out! Lavaru.
Hey,
Let's
I'm here.
I shall be discreet.
I'll handle this.
Shed no.
Aye?
These are. What? Who's.
I shall be discreet.
Well, this has been very interesting.
Let's see what lies this way.
I ain't reading all that.
Let's see what we've found.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea. Which is
I'll handle
not
this.
very quiet.
And there's the hut of the White March. That was not worth it. A party without the bird paladin. Outrageous. Oh, Palgina? I like her. But in this game, I'd have to like replace Durance to have her on because I like Kana. I like too many characters in this game. I don't have room for her as well. Unless I remove Durance because I don't like Durance. Obviously, I'd rather have her, but then I don't have a healer. So when I'm a healer, she occupies Durance's spot in my party. But because I'm not playing a healer, I'm stuck with Durance, so I don't have her. Too many likable characters, certainly a problem. It is. It's kind of like a first world problem, but it's a wonderful problem to have.
And what does the flame reveal?
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Oh, Jesus, lordy, lordy, lord. Personally, Sagani. Oh, okay, you like Sagani. I don't like Sagani that much. Sagani and Haravius are meh for me. Marble at the base has been worn smooth by the passage of hundreds of feet.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
He's wasting his time with those disappearances.
And what does the flame reveal?
Hail and well met.
You carry whispers, Kaed Noah, gilded veil, old voices. You're a cipher like me, I'm guessing? He grins, revealing a row of dagger-pointed teeth. You guess what you must surely know. My own modest abilities suggest that yours are most formidable. Will be quite useful here, of all places. Pity then that my duties for Lady Webb require me to focus my talents elsewhere. What brings you to Dunred Row? Show him Penhelm's affidavit. Is this affidavit real? It's signed by you. I remember Penhelm, printing peacock of a man, his mouth dry and hands moist when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Adiran general, one who'd fought against Hadrit's rebellion. A forgery, not the first I've seen, but I have no time for the knights and their obsessions. Bring this to his commander, Cliver, and show him the seal. If he compares it with another, he should be able to spot the difference. Doom a man for the soul the gods gave him seems rather unfair. What are you so busy with? Tell me about your skills. I check for soul connections, looking for lost things, missing things, troublesome things, particularly where people of power and influence are concerned. I'm a cipher. In our Glanfath, we were once known as Brishalquin Minehunters. Nice title, yes. But it wasn't until the Animancers began working with my kind 40 years ago that we truly understood our power. Now we make some of the best detectives in the world. Tracing souls, we can look at a person, see where they've been. Or look at a weapon, see who has touched it. Useful for solving crimes, as you can imagine. I agree. That's pretty cool. It looks as though you could use some help. Not at liberty to discuss my work, unfortunately. Dunred Row's ears only. A civilian would need the confidence of Lady Webb before I could share. What are you so busy with? Hollowborn, growing unrest, and the ever-present political intrigues. With so many missing souls, missing persons are the least of our concerns these days. I see. That makes sense.
They shall see nothing.
I'll handle this. I'll have this open in no time.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
These notes are written in code or the author's handwriting is atrocious. Possibly
Let's keep
both.
quiet.
An atrocious code.
Shh.
Lady Webb is in charge of Hadrat House, but she rarely
You
deals
can
with
trust
personally.
me.
Caravan disappeared on route to near Homar. No Seals in Defiance Bay, not while we're around. I mean, you did miss the whole giant fucking cult underneath the ground, right beneath your feet, but okay. I like how Rangers play in this game because for once they're done well, because the pet is, for once, something other than just body slash tank. Didn't think about it that way.
Keeping an eye out.
I'm here.
Pictures of all manners of folks are pinned to this board alongside notes scribbled in an indecipherable hand.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Okay, we're done here then. Nothing else in Dunred Row, which means next stop is the sanatorium.
I'm here.
Nice. Pretty happy about that, actually.
I'm here.
They look pretty upsetty, Spaghetti. Oh, it's Penhelm.
Indeed.
You lied, buddy. Just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my novitiates told me he'd seen someone in the records room. Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you. does this mean to you? Are you serious? This is my career. I've labored years for it, and it all hangs on some coincidence of a past life. Any dear wooden, rich or poor, can aspire to a position in the Crucible Knights. Anyone can rise to the ranks of high justice, except for those of us born with the wrong soul. Tell me how that's reasonable. You're right. Take it. You have no idea what this means to me. Thank you for seeing reason. Now do the same for Ostrich. Return his family breastplate. I'm certainly grateful to you, but Ostrich earned his punishment, and then sent you to take his anger out on me. Why should I do anything for him? Are you so stuck in the past that you need to wear his armor? He looks down at the breastplate. I hadn't thought of it that way. I hope this gives him some peace, and perhaps a reason to move on. All's well when it ends well. Let's go and return this breastplate to him. And then we come back to the sanatorium, so we can do Aloth's quest. Oopa. Yeah, 1 second. There we go. Hair's back to normal-ish. Yeah, an absolute mess. The normal. Anyway, where were we? I think that dude was here, the guy who wanted the armor.
I'm here.
Hey, Ostrich. Is this the armor you wanted? How did you manage this? Penham listened to reason. I've never known Penham to listen to reason, even from one as persuasive as you. But you've recovered it just the same. Here, I think you'll find it more than fair. When you get the chance, stop by Sonal's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city, and I'll see that she opens her inventory to you. What is this armor to you anyway? Ah, it's nothing really. Just a keepsake. It commemorates the Order of Magran, highest order of valor, awarded to the dead, never the living. Us Derwoodens, real Derwoodens, we don't have nobility or birthrights, unless you're some copper fucker from Adir. All we got's the honor we bring to our family's name. Ah, copper fucker. There's a new one. He's not talking about you, Aloth. Well, so this is something to live up to. Got business with me? Not at all, buddy. I'm glad I could help.
Hail and well met.
I don't think she has any good weapons. Yeah, no, this is just regular weapons. She does have this. That looks very dandy. Resolve and Constitution. I can summon a fucking beagle? Cloak of the Fox and Hunter grants summon noble creature, and it summons a fucking beagle. Ah, my god, I love it. We need this for reasons. Grants Whispers of Treason, because I didn't have enough Whispers of Treason in my fucking party with 2 ciphers. I need a third. I need a third Whispers of Treason. Why not? These are all pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. She's got some good shit in here. Come on. Come on. Gotta be able to get that shit, bro. Come on. There we go. That'll have to be enough. At least until I get a little bit more money. And then we can come back and grab some of my stuff back. Hopefully. Oh, I'm supposed to go back to Kid Noah. I didn't realize that. The quest tells me to go back. I wanted to go and do Aloth's quest. You know what? I'm actually gonna do that. Fuck this. I'm gonna go do Aloth's quest. I do what I want. Let's go.
Hey, Aloth, can I, talk to your, you know, your friend?
No.
What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know.
No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says
Are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Yes?
He has a point. The she is pretty funny.
Yes? Indeed.
Table is set with an assortment of leaflets and booklets with titles like Practical Benefits of Animancy and Soul Adjustment for the Well-Adjusted Soul. Speak with the head warden Ethelmore if you wish to make an appointment with one of our animancers. Head warden of the sanitarium is a statue. Quite remarkable. You see the worst of her patients are kept locked down below.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Warden, an animancer from the Republic, Sponcello, has requested a visit. Extend a formal invitation. See to it that the necessary preparations are made. The fucking statue's talking. Of course. This man's soul was torn asunder by a Buick. Lovely. As you can see, the patient is unresponsive, common after soul trauma. The animancer places a small stone upon the patient's forehead. A portion of his soul was recovered near his body. We used the stone as a vessel for transfer. Can you hear me, Oswin? Patient's eyes slowly open before a panicked, wild expression washes over him. Unfortunately, the extended disassociation has permanent side effects. The patient becomes more agitated, grunting and moaning as he tugs at his bonds. At his bonds? With further research, we're confident that we'll be able to rehabilitate patients like Oswin. You have him tied up? The table is set with an assortment of leaflets and booklets. Right. Everlasting life. Imagine the possibilities. I heard someone who was treated here came out twice as smart. I wonder what all this equipment actually does. You don't want to know. Fuck me, you do not want to know. Hey.
How do you do?
A bald man with a crooked nose gestures in demonstration over the still body of a patient before a small gathering of interested onlookers. Feeling your gaze, he pauses his discussion. Have you come to sit in? I'd like to know more about the sanitarium. It's the mission that attracted me here, the treatment of the disturbed. No one else seems to care about them. Here, they've worked wonders for them. I've seen people cured of insatiable hungers and uncontrollable urges. I've seen the crippled walk and the dysphoric smile, all within these walls. The thought that the Duke could put an end to it with a single order, it keeps me up nights.
How do you do?
What is it you do here? Close as we are to the Glanfathan Wilds, we get a number of biowick maimings every year. Survivors dealing with complications from exposure. This fellow here is a severe case. His essence is a mere whisper of what it was. I am early in my research, only beginning to understand how they work. But in time, I hope to find a way to protect people from the storm's effects.
Greetings.
Do you know anything about awakenings? I'm afraid that's not my area of expertise.
Yes?
Yes?
I see. Hello, statue. A well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down unblinkingly over the bustle of harried academics pestered by the hopeful, desperate. Oh. A strong warmth emanates from it that you could sense from across the room. There is a human soul stored beneath the stonework. You feel its attention turned towards you. It has been some time since a watcher graced these halls. His voice echoes deeply, rumbling the floor beneath you. I am envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that has brought you to my sanatorium? Does anyone here know anything about awakenings? There's an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Ravua to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Belisage. Tell me about the sanatorium. History lesson. This is a rare pleasure. Most come in here only concerned with cheating death in one way or another. We are an old institution as Deerwood goes. This is our 94th year. As with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought with it a host of problems. One of the worst was those born with, shall we say, ill-favored souls, came to populate its streets in droves, thus the sanatorium. Brackenbury was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was a lot of money here back then. This place owes its survival to the curiosities of the wealthy more than anything, I think. Our founding came at a time of great suspicion and animancy, much like today. So much progress has been lost to the mishaps of a few careless practitioners. But in time, it was forgotten, as all things are. Since then, we have been the forefront of animancy's resurgence. We have played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge in ways never thought possible. Some of the first safe transferences were done here, and we have pioneered work in soul purification, lineage analysis, preservation. It's really quite a list, if you'll pardon my pride. Today, it's, well, I can't say it's exactly the same. There's been some push to shut us down. It comes from Deerwood's more excitable denizens, whose minds are more passionate than thoughtful, I'm afraid. People see this legacy, and they see it involves something they don't understand. So it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. It looks to them like we're hiding something. We have a representative in the palace, this very moment, defending the entire science of animancy at a hearing before the Duke, absurd as it sounds. If it does not go well, it could be the end of animancy in Deerwood. I fear Avar may be swayed by all this unrest. Irrational though it may be, we shall see. I'm curious as to how you came to be in your present state. I happen to know another statue who is in a very similar state. She's a lady statue. I don't know if you guys want me to introduce you. In the statue, you mean? Well, I was old, and it seemed wrong to me, a lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely. All the experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it'll be in spite of our condition. Of that, I am quite sure. To live on as part of something I helped build seemed to be a better legacy than what nature had in store. The transfer itself was quite simple, as our techniques go, and for that I'm grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here. Now and again, one of our animancers will humor me and consult over some problem, but they're a jealous breed and are too often afraid to collaborate. If you're considering it yourself, I can tell you that it isn't for the easily bored. I'm looking for an animancer named Modred. Modred? Of course! You'll find him downstairs, in the first room on the right. You may have a member of the Leaden Key in your midst. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own, but a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Leaden Key as well, I take it? I don't like what they stand for. If you've been able to discern what precisely they do stand for, I'd be fascinated to hear. Just another collection of cowards trying to hold back the tide of because it frightens them, it seems to me. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with the resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. Fair enough.
I'm here.
Keeping an eye out.
The better part of valor.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Painting of a rolling forest glen has a strangely soothing effect.
The better part of valor.
Field sketches of Anguithan ruins and artifacts. I have questions. You're not supposed to have that. Ay, ay, ay.
I'm here.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Wait, I did buy all that stuff, right? Yeah. Adair, I have the perfect cape for you.
Hey.
It gives you the ability to summon. Wait. Well, it would have given you the ability to summon a puppy, and apparently I'm not allowed. Aww.
Aye?
Yes?
Well, I'll figure it out eventually. And there she is. Aloth's quest.
Hmm?
Strange device seems to thrum with power.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Hey.
What?
Guys, wait over there.
I'm here.
Here we go.
Greetings.
Eccosi. Here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the Keith standing in front of me. What can I do? I'd like to know more about animancy in the Valiant Republics. Why not? It is a dynamic and respected field. Even the Bales Reach incident did little to slow it. People in the Republics are more accepting of risk, less superstitious, ready to try anything that shows promise. Uh-huh. Animancy also has the potential to do great harm. I'm not sure whether the benefits outweigh the dangers. This is true of any great technology. You cut a man open to remove sick flesh, and there is a chance you kill him. Build a goat. Build a goat? Build a boat to explore new land, and perhaps it sinks with you aboard. But surely, these things make us better off, even though they sometimes fail. Something else you need? What do you do here? According to my research grant, I study awakenings. Sublimating pre-awakened souls has been one of animancy's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. But the truth is that I find few suitable subjects here. Wide One's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. I fear I will return to Ravua with nothing to show for my efforts. Huh. I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. Uck, that would be me. Though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer animancy's success in buttressing pre-awakened pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened, but I need subjects. Most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy. You're in luck. I have a volunteer. Gillard. Who is it? I don't know about this. Alof's lips curl into a frown. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. Huh? No? I beg your pardon? I jest. You Adirans are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. So I need you to sit here. She takes Aloth by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you'll not be relaxing. I already don't like her. Indeed. His eyes are humorless. And you must also wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The Animancer fastens thick copper bands to Alof's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Barely suppressed annoyance. Now I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long, chambered tube. Knobs, dials, and small toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Adra lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. Jesus. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. How exciting. I've never seen this sort of thing performed. It seems suitably complicated. Kana, that's kind of the problem. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Isilmir more? I like that lady. Adair. His mind is full of hesitations. Angles upon angles. Drawing him out of his own fears will be difficult. But first, we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. As if it wasn't enough that he's subjecting himself to animancy, which he hates. He's letting her, like, touch him and, like, put things on him and stuff, which he hates. She's going to ask him personal questions, which he hates. I feel so bad. Oh, I can feel his uncomfortableness through the screen. It's like secondhand embarrassment, except it's secondhand uncomfortableness. Oh, I feel bad. I feel really bad. Aloth squirms on the couch. Very well. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. That would have been when he was a child. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in the Sithwood. He looks to you. His face is set in a frown. The rigid edges of apprehension show through nevertheless. Why are you looking at me? What do you remember about your home? As you speak to Aloth, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls, softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Belisage doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. He closes his eyes. Comfortable, modest, quiet when mother is away, which is most of the time. Quiet enough to hear the clinks of glass on wood. This is when I know to be most careful. Father is good about hiding the bottles. Mother, when she is home, is good at pretending not to notice them. I should have left everyone else outside. I shouldn't have brought them with me. Oh, this feels so uncomfortable to be doing this with everyone else in the room. Ah! Oh, God. Secondhand cringe. Except it's not cringe. It's sadness and uncomfortableness and I just feel really, really bad. This is good. I'm starting to see something. I want to stab you, woman. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. As if there weren't enough reasons as to why I bitch and moan about animancers and how they claim to be science, but they're not actually scientists. Here's another case, another example of them not being scientists. Bitch is like playing at being some kind of psychiatrist while having zero training in therapy, you know, in like zero training in like people skills. She has none of them. None of the fucking people skills. Not even the bare minimum. Fuck, man. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I am in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, he is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. First blow takes me by surprise. One moment I am sweeping the kitchen, the next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals. But it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Should I just reload and leave everyone else at the tavern? It just feels so wrong to be doing this with all the other characters in the room. Fuck me, man. At least they've had the good sense to shut the fuck up so far. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against a field of black. His jaw locks and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Madiko! He's hypnotized himself with his old memory. I'm going to fucking shoot her. I'm going to stab her. I'm going to stab her. You've got to bring him out of it. Quickly. I almost have it. I'm going to stab her. She's so unprofessional. She's so rude. She's so... Oh my god. Slap Aloth. Oh, my heart. Right. Squeeze Aloth's hand. You're safe. Everything's fine. Aloth's eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. He is near safe when I hap upon him. That's it. I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something spreading and congealing. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Cracking bones and voices high in ire. The warm molasses feeling that crips down your gut when crisis is nigh. Perfetto. We have flares of a totally distinct essence. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Isilmir. Well, no. Aloth, ask Isilmir what she's doing. Sticking a weed. Worming parasite. You'd say the same to your own kindled twig when it betrays you. He bursts into sudden laughter. Must be hard to avoid knowing there's a lady in your body the whole time judging you. Adair? I would not put it past myself to stab you too. Good, yes, very good. I can now see the two separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the spaces that he leaves empty. Go on. What is this about ceding space to Isilmir? I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. He grits his teeth painfully. Aye, and I lend him a pair too. You should ask... I can't read with her accent because it's not... I can't. You should ask what I did, that old man of his, how the last time he laid a hand on us, I break it in 3 places. Christ. I'm not actually trying to put on an accent. I'm trying to read the letters as they show up. And it's just really hard because I can't read Isilmir. I never was able to. Aloth's head jerks to the side. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Now was awakening, but now I'm stuck with you. And damned if I let your... I'm not reading that. Ninnying? If I let your ninnying drag us both through the scupper. Ack, very good. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Isilmir's essence through the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portions of their argument. Her essence seems to localize most entirely in the lower portion of the subject's left ribcage. That's completely irrelevant. That's right around the spleen, which of course means that she's triggered by black bile. No doubt this subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Useless! Aloth blinks back at you, and in midst of his perturbation, you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horseshit! Black bile, is it? They've certainly spat their share. It is a simpler explanation than I expected, all things considered. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation? I do. Isilmir's appearances are related to potential sources of trouble for Aloth. Aloth's right, that's absurd. Isilmir obviously shows up when he feels threatened. I suppose that could be true. I'll have to check this against other research. Is that so? He removes the copper bands. Well, and good for you. What does this mean for me? Melisage frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. She doesn't know. She was completely useless. She has no idea what to tell him, and she's just expecting me to figure it out and tell him. I'm going to fucking stab her. Isilmir tries to take control from you when she thinks you can't face a problem on your own. You can't let her make these decisions for you. My thoughts exactly. I have to be more careful about her from now on. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Domina. He does not look at Melisage. She sets her notes on her desk and returns to her scope. Well, I hope this has been useful to you as it has been to me. Arguable. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toast of Revwa, Fentra Aloth. You what now? His grimace melts into a crooked smile. Aye, advancing the right-wise principles of adamancy. Just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Belisage is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger to his lips, his eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. Fair enough. Do it quietly. He hides the papers in his cloak. Not to worry. We'll see to this on our own. Okay. Oh. I still don't have deceptive reputation. I'm trying to avoid it because I know there are specific points in the game where I'm going to have to take the deceptive option. And if I just minimize it as much as possible, it'll not be enough to gain reputation. It's a wand. A rotten skull. Okay, buddy. Sure, why not?
I'm here.
Sintere. But I am busy. I seem to have misplaced my notes.
I shall.
Sounds like a you problem, ma'am.
Aye?
Of course.
The people of the Valian Republics are somewhat of a mixture of Italian with Spanish, I think, if I recall correctly. Mostly Italian, though. Hence the
I'm here.
way she speaks. And when I'm reading her Valian words, I put on a semi-Italianish accent. It's rare that we actually hear Valian characters speak, but when they do have an accent that's very similar to Italian. When we meet Pelagina, that'll become more obvious. Also in Avowed, it's very obvious. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I thought Aloth would talk. I guess I have to talk to him. I thought he would try to chat.
Indeed.
I was wondering if the notes would show up here, but no.
Yes?
That'd be funny.
Yes?
About your parents. He looks at you cautiously. Yes? Why was your mother gone so often? She was invited to join a Hemneg. Oh god. Hemneg? With a landed Thane when I was very young. His estate was a 5-day ride from our home in the Sithwood, so that was part of it. He gives you the smallest of frowns. The real issue, however, was my father. Despite his initial agreement with the arrangement, father was never happy with it. He would hound and harangue my mother when she was home. He wanted to know whether she was intimate with the Thane, and no matter how many times she swore she wasn't, it was never enough. As you can imagine, that led to her coming home much less often, even though she still supported us financially. What's a Hemneg? The ceremonial marriage between folk and elf. Because the Adir mainland has historically been split between the two races, we have many institutions that are designed to normalize relations, Our monarchy is headed by folk, but an elven consort rules alongside the reigning... Fuck. Firkuning? No, Firko. It's not on my list of Diran words. Can't read it. Firkuning or Mekwin. This is the most prominent example of Hamnug. God damn it. He actually says these words out loud in Deadfire. You can actually hear him pronounce the words. In many cases, I'm not reading that again, allows two households to pool resources. Among the aristocracy, Hamnugs consolidate power. Sometimes, as in my mother's case, a Hamnug is a means for a noble to add another administrator to his or her household. Consorts are received with almost the same level of respect as their noble counterparts, which can be extremely useful. Of course, Hamnugs are sometimes used to sanitize an extramarital affair. I don't know that it's really any better, but it seems to satisfy common notions of decency. And elfin folk unions are sterile, which no doubt eases some concerns. Sounds like your father had a problem with his temper. He had a problem with my mother's Hamnug. Even though they agreed upon it long ago that financial benefits would be considerable, it was a little different from his role as the Earl's steward. It ate at him. And so he drank and raged. When she was home, he raged at her. When she wasn't, he raged at me. More than anything, he wanted me to become an arcane knight in the service of his Earl. I think he felt this would validate his chosen career and master. He was a firm man, as you saw. But in the end, I became a successful wizard, due in no small part to his strictness. Nonsense. You accomplished that on your own, and you would have been fine without him pushing you. Are you so certain? I didn't know what I wanted from my life then. I surely wouldn't have been so focused without a little direction. Direction? Sure. Child abuse? No. There's a difference. I fucked up. I lost an opportunity to push him towards a specific outcome.
How may I help?
1 second. Da-da-da-da. Anyway, so now you understand a little more about Isilmir. No thanks to that animancer. My spleen? Black bile? Come on. Well, Sasha's methods were flawed, but you still learned something, didn't you? People like her should not be allowed to practice animancy. That's the whole problem with the field. It's all based on speculation and experimentation. Nothing stops a bunch of quacks from profiting off of the ignorance of the masses. You show people a shiny gadget in the hands of an expert, and they'll believe anything. Necessarily. Most people have more sense than that. I don't know, I think you'd be more pleasant without your spleen. Holy shit. That is just rude, but hilarious. It's too decentralized. There's no one to keep the practice in check. No uniform principles and guidelines. I agree with that. Thank you, Aloth. Yes. Quite so. Practitioners won't do it on their own. Why did you want to take Belisasia's notes? Like I said, I didn't appreciate her prying.
Yes?
Yes?
There we go. We did the Aloth quest. I am happy. Well, one of them. We have something later. Much later. Now I have like a million other things to do.
I'm here.
Yay. But it is late for me and I need sleep because I didn't get any last night basically. So I'm gonna go a little earlier today. Hopefully tomorrow I can just stream normally. I'll see you guys. Bye.